Good morning, ninjas. It's Saturday and I just stopped here at the gas station to fill everything up. We got the seed as you guys saw yesterday, and got the spreaders, got the aerator. I had to fuel it up completely. It was completely empty because it never came with full tank of gas, and I never used it until now, so it was just sitting in the garage. So of course, you know, I never touched it, but so it's completely empty. Had to fill it up, topped off the mowers as well. But I'm ready to roll. Waiting on Sassy, of course, because he's always got to tinkle and use the restroom. But we're not too far from the first job. I mentioned yesterday, ninjas, I spent like $1,000 on seed. Sometimes I've been known in the past to buy even pallets, which it gets a little cheaper. But the goal, depending how big of a job you have and how big jobs you have scheduled, how big they are. But guys, aerating is very simple, but also it can be tricky. Like, the goal for me always is, you know, put a couple customers together that want aerating and seeding, okay? And then figure out how much you need. Buy a little extra just in case, you know, you don't want to run out. And try to always have your first or second job to pay for all the seeding, and then the rest of the jobs are profit, okay? So first or second job should cover all the seeding, and then the rest of your jobs, whatever you have scheduled for that day, should be profit. That's how I've always viewed it, and it's always worked great for me. Sassy, you're back finally. About time. Always having a tinkle.
See, you got them babies out of bed on Saturday.
I did.
They need to be up anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna call it a sneaky Saturday. How about that?
Sneaky Saturday.
Sneaky Saturday, because it's a sneaky Saturday. It kind of sneaked up on us. The week went by so fast. We were so busy, and now we're having to work on a Saturday because we're having to squeeze in some of the aerations. I'm not doing all of them today. I think we're just gonna do 2 or 3, and then we do have that, I call it clean up, but it's just a yard that needs to be really weed eated well and mowed, and a bed that needs to be weed eated down and just kind of cleaned out. But and then I haven't even touched with that guy about those 2 quotes that I did yesterday downtown, so I'm not even worried about him honestly this weekend. I'm gonna touch base with him today or tomorrow, and that way if he approves, then I'll get him in somehow next week, but we'll squeeze him in. But yeah, that's why it's a sneaky Saturday. It's a sneaky one. We're gonna get some aerating done. Sassy's never done any aerating. He's all about, so what does that machine do, Whitney? So it plugs holes? Really? How deep are they? Why you always care how deep the holes are?
The deeper the better. Everybody knows that.
What the crap? You can adjust, I'm sure on any aerator, but X Mark II or whatever, but you can adjust how deep you want your holes to go. And you don't want them too deep. And you know, it goes up to like 1,000. I usually tend to want to try around, you know, stay around 200 to 300, and sometimes you have to adjust depending on soil, if the ground is too soft, if it's hard, whatever. And so, you know, I'll adjust it, make a pass, look at it, and then go from there.
You know what would be helpful on that machine?
What?
A pictogram to tell you how deep you're gonna go. For instance, if you're not going really deep, like you're just grazing the surface, a little picture of Kim Jong-un. If you really got to get down in there, picture Dennis Rodman. Little pictogram, like somewhere in the middle, Adam Sandler. You know, I'm telling you, that really. That man's got a Mercury motor on his boat pulled by a Chevrolet.
I hate to see that.
He's going nowhere.
All right, ninjas, we just wrapped first aeration up, seeding, and I did not get a chance to record because the customer was out here talking to me and walking around. I don't know if you can see, it's all over the yard. He was putting these little orange reddish looking flags, basically just putting everything everywhere where, you know, there's either concrete or, you know, downspouts in ground from the gutters and things like that, so I just avoid. So that was really nice of him. I appreciate that. But it went really well. The new aerator is phenomenal. I'm really happy with it. So far so good, of course. And yeah, it did a good job. The guy that's mowing in this yard is is I would definitely, you know, it's a bi-weekly, and I told him, I said, you really putting this much money into it, you really need to be on a weekly schedule. And whether it's him doing it or us, it doesn't really matter. But you know, whatever he decides for next season, as long as it gets done weekly. Just because when you're putting this much money, and guys, all of you watching, when you're doing these aerations, tell your customers, like, you're investing a lot of money into this yard by aerating and all the seeding and stuff. You really need to, if you're doing that to your yard, then you care about your yard, and then that means you really should do it weekly. But anyway, Sass, how was your first aeration job?
Well, it was good for cardio.
Cardio.
Yeah. You know, I keep seeing people in the comment section saying you need a GoPro vest.
Yeah.
I disagree. I think you need a GoPro jeans back pocket.
Jeans back.
We don't need to see where you're going. We just need to know where you've been.
Okay, good one. Now there is attachments for the aerator that, you know, you can attach in the front. I think there is. I'll have to look into that for spreader. And then there's, of course, always the stand-on spreaders as well, kind of like a mower. You just stand on it and you got a bucket in front of you and it'll spread seed. So that's one downfall I don't have right now. It's just Sassy had to push all the, you know, spreading. And once I got done, I joined him. I ended up putting down a little more seed, and wanted to give an extra layer of it, so hopefully it'll take root. But other than that, really just the fact that you're push spreading, it wasn't that bad, was it?
No, it's good for exercise. You know, you can take breaks, you go at your own pace. It was nice.
All right, Ninja, so we're here at this yard. I'll definitely go ahead and set you up and show you the front and maybe even the back. I'll take you with me. I'm gonna go ahead and aerate it, of course, first, and Sassy's gonna, you'll see him, he'll come behind me and spread the seed. Yeah, that's messed up, but anyway, stop cheesing. But I hope you guys enjoy. So this yard does have sprinklers, so I do got to be careful not to get too close to the edges, because that's usually where the heads are for the sprinkler system. Alright guys, so as you've seen, I aerated it and Sassy's just spreading the seed, but I wanted to just show you real quickly here. I didn't go super deep because I didn't know exactly where the sprinkle lines are, and I don't want to puncture one. So, but this is a good size. This is a really good size. So, but that's what that machine does. It pokes holes. And then you overseed it, and as long as the customer waters it frequently, it'll be a good looking yard, especially in spring. Now, as far as this Toro, guys, I really like this Toro. Regardless of the brand, it's just a really good machine so far. It does the job. And I can't, no complaints besides no meter to tell you how much fuel you have. That seems to be the case with a lot of brands. I don't know why. Other than that, it's a great machine. So I know I never went really over in detail. As you can see, I've already done 1.6 hours on it. That other yard was a really big yard. But this is basically, I never went in the specs of it, but here's your choke, here's your throttle, this your parking right here, key, meter. This is your adjusting the PSI of the actual plugs, how deep you want them and how big the plugs. So obviously, you know, you adjust it depending on what type of soil it is. So this is how you adjust it. You turn it here. This is to turn it on and off, so that way if it's off, you don't have to worry about accidentally stepping on it. Because what's been happening in the past, some of the older models, they didn't have this. It was just that. So a lot of guys, when you were, you know, using it and you're not trying to aerate, you're trying to like go over the driveway, or you know what I'm saying, you'll accidentally step on it, and when you step on it accidentally, the plugs come down and you can either damage the concrete, you can break the plugs. So they actually, this is the first year, I believe, or maybe last year, but they designed this so now even when it's running, stepping on it won't do anything until you actually press that switch. So I normally try to stay anywhere between 400 to 600 psi, depending again on the soil. Like this soil, I'm right around 450. That last soil was a lot harder. So I was closer to the 550 range. So sometimes you just got to adjust it and keep an eye on it. Okay, let Sassy finish up. I'm gonna head to the back. I'm gonna bring you with me. So this is what you do basically. A lot of you already know this, but for some of you who may be, you know, just now thinking about getting into this whole industry, or maybe you just did, and these are some of the additional things you can offer to make some additional money, additional income. Definitely helps out a lot, especially, you know, when the season of mowing slows down, or for some of you it comes to a complete halt. I do mow year round. A lot of you guys who've been with me since last year already know this, but some of you new guys who maybe just joined us, I do mow year round. Now, does it slow down? Yes, it does. Not all of my clients go year round. There's Sass. Sassafras. Not all of my clients go year round, and but quite a few of them do. Enough that it does keep us busy, but not completely. So there's other things that we make up for it, such as mulch and shrubbery. A lot of you might ask questions, well, how much is it? How much did you charge? Guys, that's, again, it's kind of like mowing. I don't want to get into the prices just because every area is going to be different, and then every yard is different. Now, the yard that we did last, you saw how big that was, is obviously not going to be the same price as this yard. This is a small little granny yard. Okay, so there's a factor in that. How much seed are you going to put down? How much seed does the customer want? Some customers want, you know, a heavy layer of seed, which you charge more. Some customers want you to make a couple passes, not just one pass. You charge more. Have you ever had a customer, though, ask you, Sassy, to pick up the plugs, the actual plugs that the machine plugs that I showed you earlier and drops it on the ground? I have, not obviously today, but not even like last year. I think I had it once or twice within the last 10 years. People were asking me, can you pick up these plugs? No, I will not pick up these plugs. For one, it's good for the soil. You don't want to pick those plugs up. And two, how the heck would you pick them up? Would you rake them up? You could technically, I guess, rake them up, but okay, so how do you charge that? And how long do you have to be there to rake the whole front yard and the backyard and pick up these plugs? So if you come across that, just tell your customers, one, it's really good for the yard to leave that there. It's dirt, and it's gonna blend in after, you know, a couple of times mowing. It'll get squashed, it'll sit there, and it's good for the soil. And two, like, I don't know, I refuse to do it. I won't do it. I'm not picking up plugs. I don't know if some of you have ever done it. Do you offer it? Let me know on that. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you offer plugs? Picking up plugs, is that something that you've been asked to do? And how did you go about it? Did you actually do it, or did you tell them that you don't do that? I don't do that. I will not pick up plugs. I'm sorry. All right, ninjas, so this is the new yard, super overgrown. The edge, Sassy's having to make the edge. That bed has got to get cleared out completely, super overgrown. Sassy, have you found the driveway?
I did, in fact, find the driveway.
Okay. Okay.
You know the best thing about this weed eater head?
What is it?
You cannot put it back wrong.
You can't?
Nope.
It won't fit?
Won't fit.
Unlike the smaller head.
That's right.
So bigger. So you're saying the bigger heads are better?
I'm saying if you got the big head, you in good shape.
Okay. All right, so yeah, this is the bed's got to get cleared out. Everything that's growing up against the house, you know, we're gonna try to hit that stuff a little bit, and fence line, clean out the beds here, all of that's growing around the porch.
Throw it away from me.
Throw this away?
Look how sweet you are.
Are we throwing this away? This is a lot to throw away.
It is, but unfortunately it will not go back through the head.
Well, I know, but we can cut it right here.
Think so?
Yeah.
Okay, save it for me then.
Yeah, I'll save it for you. This is a lot of money, Sass.
Boss, you're a small business owner.
I got money.
You got money.
Throw it away. Wrapping it up, everything's mowed, weed eated. We pushed a lot of the shrubbery that's been up against the house, the fence line all the way around the fence line back. We cleaned up this side. Of course, all that is on the neighbor's side. Pushed all this fence stuff that was growing up on the fence. Really did a thorough weed eating job, you know, more than your average normal, so it really needed a good cleaning. That's why I was calling it the cleanup. But again, this is only a first phase of it. We are going to be here, we're going to be back probably next weekend. I'm going to try to squeeze in again one day, and that's when we're going to do a lot of these overhangs, some of the shrubs that are up against the porch, up against around this tree, around that tree. We've seen a lot of red wasp activity, but we haven't really hit a nest yet, so I don't know. I'm thinking it's probably one of these shrubs, one of these bushes. So that's going to be next. Next is going to be just basically trimming all the bushes back, actually cutting them completely, cutting some of this overhang, and then probably just a regular mow. And it's going to be a regular mow from now on. So, all right, I'm going to help Sassy. Freaking things are flying around my head. I've been using this 225, and somebody told me I got to take this thing off the muffler. I'm going to try to do that because this thing is so weak, it's not even funny. I need to just go ahead and get another 30-20, or at least a 26-20. All right, I'm gonna help Sassy blow off and we're out of here. All right, ninjas, it's a wrap. We just finished, and I just got done talking to the customer, and my goodness, was she happy, so satisfied. She was really appreciative, and made sure to let us know that, I mean, what did she call me?
A miracle worker. A
miracle worker. She said, you're a miracle worker that I you know, ran into you guys the other morning, which was what, week and a half ago or so. And you know, this first time, obviously it's just the mowing and the extra trimming and all that. So next weekend I'll come here with a dump trailer, and we'll get a lot of the overhang front yard here and the back, and then we'll haul all that off, and then not this next week, but the following is when we're going to get on the rotation of mowing, because we just mowed it. So good job, buddy. Thank you. You kicked tail, man.
You know, it was so hot out here, I saw some crackheads trying to put the copper back in an air conditioning. Now that's hot.
I did not do it. Now that's funny. I don't care who you are, that's funny right there. Dude, like, I didn't even
Yeah, I was sweating, it was bad.
Sorry, ninjas, but can you picture people trying to put the copper back in there?
It ain't hot.
Cause oh no, it's hot.
You take anything but that.
Oh, okay. So I only got 5% battery, so there's not much. I do have some fan mail to show, but I don't think I can do it today. Not enough battery, and I've already recorded quite a bit. And I know we're not working tomorrow, so probably pump Monday. I've got some fan mail to show you guys from 2 different individuals, loyal ninjas, and they sent us some goodies, and so I will be sharing that. So guys, just wait on that till Monday, because like I said, I've already recorded a lot, and I don't have much battery life. So I hope you enjoyed the video. We did a little aerating, we did a little clear up here, clean up, and
you know, just for your quick nature minute,
oh,
you know, a group of baboons is called a Congress. That should explain everything you need to know about the federal government.
Didn't see that coming. There you have it, your Nature Minute with Sassy.
It was quick when you 5%.
4% now. Guys, have a good weekend. Take care, and we'll see you Monday.
Bye.
They gotta go, Sassy. You gotta tell them they gotta go. No, seriously, they have to go. It's 4%.
Go away. Go home.
Go 4%, man.
Bye, baby.
It's been a long, hot day. Tell them they gotta go. Tell them they gotta go, man.
We just went away.
Forget it.